Okay, today is Saturday, August 3rd, and we're going to talk about finding awe in activity, which is what we talked about in our meeting today. The recipe today is for a shrimp and butter bean salad. I'll include that at the end of the video. I'm not going to try that one. It just doesn't sound appetizing to me at all, but I don't like shrimp, and I've never had a butter bean, although I do like beans. So you can try it, and if you like it, you can let me know. There's my son.
I have one sip left if you want it.
I shall pass.
You should tell them this is the greatest shake ever.
You want to come and tell them?
No.
Yeah. My son's coming to do some work around the house. He's trying to talk me into these shakes that he gets at his gym. No, I pass on that. Sorry, I got distracted a little bit there. But anyway, the quote for today is, "It's not the weight you lose, it's the life you gain." I have noticed that myself, that the more weight I lose, the more active I am, the more I'm enjoying life, the more I look forward to getting up in the morning. And I really do look forward to going for a walk. When I first started walking, I could barely make a half a mile. It took me almost 25 minutes to walk a half a mile. And it was just, I struggled. I can do a half a mile in about 11 minutes. It's not a big record, I know that, but it's 11 minutes more than I would have had just sitting on a couch. So I got 11 minutes worth of exercise. Because as Oprah always says, when you know better, you do better. I think Maya Angelou is actually the one that came up with that original quote. But you just have to remember that, you know, every little pound you lose brings you a little bit closer to your goal. Sometimes it's a struggle, sometimes it goes very slowly, as I know all too well. But it's so worth it in the end. But let's go over the book a little bit. When you find the awe in activity, you ought to go, ah, not like, oh, geez, I gotta walk, or oh, geez, I gotta do some exercise. You gotta think, oh, this is gonna be so nice. You have to remember that if you can move and you can do some exercise, you should be in awe of yourself. There are so many people, you should never take it for granted, because there are people that just can't do a lot of activities because of circumstances beyond their control. And the fact that you can do it should make you appreciate it all the more. Awe is the feeling of wonder or amazement when we see something vast, beautiful, or impressive. Even a tree in full bloom. How many of us have seen the first little couple buds that come on a tree and you notice it, but then you look away and then it seems like the next day, which it's really not, but the next day the whole tree is full of leaves. You missed all of that. You didn't take the time to just notice it changing. So we have to remember that. Experience it can boost your sense of well-being and life satisfaction. And research shows that there's a surprising benefit. When you feel awestruck during physical activity, you actually enjoy what you're doing. The minutes pass faster, you forget about any achy muscles you had, and how much farther you have to go. So help to get you feel inspired. Think of all the benefits from a weight loss and from exercise, and go for the awe. These are things that you can do when you go outdoors. Pick a place you haven't had time to explore before. Leave your phone at home, or just turn it off. We're distracted so much. We're like Pavlov's dog. It's like, why do we think that as soon as it rings we got to right away answer it? We don't have to answer it every single time. You just don't. It can go to voicemail once in a while. It really can, because it'll always be there. That message will be there. Start moving, walking, biking, skating, whatever appeals to you. I'm looking forward to next month, because Bertie and I are going to start back with our water aerobics. I really enjoy that. I do enjoy my walking, but I do like the group I have with my water aerobics. Pay attention to your breathing, the feeling of the ground beneath you, the sounds all around you, and everything you're sensing. When I go for my walk, I love to talk to people. I see people on my walk every day. I know dogs along the neighborhood, and I talk to them. Just the little kids, they're just like in awe of such an old person. They go, oh, you know, they are in awe. Kids know. Look at kids. They look at everything with awe and wonder. And notice what inspires you, intrigues you the most. The open spaces, the flowers, the old houses. Focus on the details. There's a house on our block that's doing a lot of major outdoor work, and every day I go by and they've done a little bit something a little bit different. They've added this particular bush or this particular flower, or put these stones in. And it's just like, it's nice to see the work in progress. And the more you practice, the more you recognize opportunities for awe when you're active, and other moments in your daily life. We always have to remember that activity is a very important part of our daily life. It gives you a substantial lifestyle change, should be your number one goal. And you want to turn I have to into I want to, or I get to. Like, not I have to go for a walk. You can say I get to go for a walk, or I have to go to the store. Well, I get to go to the store. That's not a privilege that everybody's granted in life, and you have to always remember that. And always remember that mind and body activity is very important. They need to go hand in hand. Your body can be very active, but you need to get your mind active too. And the older you get, the more you need to keep your mind going. It's a proven fact that as you get older, you're losing some cells and brain cells. And things are a little bit harder to remember. How many of us have walked into a room and we wonder, why did I walk into this room? I can't remember why I went in here. And you kind of retrace your steps. I keep my mind very occupied. I read a lot. I love to read. I love to write. I love playing games on my phone. I love challenges. I like to do a lot of challenges. I like crossword puzzles. I do not like word search puzzles. Those drive me up a wall. I just don't like those. And I probably should do them. It would sharpen my mind, but I find them as annoying. And then I don't finish them, so what was the point? Think of your journey as being on a sailboat. If you're on a train, you get on at point A, you get off at point B. Your destination is point B. And you just know, I'm getting on this train and I'm going to get there. Whereas if you go on a sailboat, you have to adjust your sails because the wind is which depends on how you're going to go. And it's the same with your weight loss. Because you can say, well, I'm going to stay on track, I'm going to do everything right this week, and then next week I'm going to get on the scale and I'm going to lose a pound. Well, that would be good if it worked in theory. But everybody knows you get distractions along the way and you kind of go off to the side. Somebody might call you at the last minute and say, let's go out to eat. There might be a cookie or a candy bar that just happened to know your name and was calling you, and you had to answer the call. There are distractions, but a true sailor will get to their destination. They realize that they have to adjust their sails according to the wind and make adjustments, and that's all you have to do with this. If you made a mistake at one meal, correct it at the next meal. If you thought you should have done more exercise today, do a little bit more exercise tomorrow. Remember, you're in it for the long haul. It's like the stock market. If your stocks start crashing today or start going down, you usually wait it out at least a little bit before you cash it all in. You don't cash it all in at the first opportunity. And that's the same thing with your weight loss. If you make a mistake, don't cash in and say I'm all done because I made a mistake. Think about it for the long haul. You know what? If I wait a little bit, this investment's going to pay off. And it will. Then there was some statistics that was on the Good Morning America. It said 63 to 65% of adults are not even meeting the daily recommended requirements. And that's just sad to think that we have the opportunity to do it and 65% of us aren't doing it. And that's why there's such a crisis going on with our health. And why our healthcare costs are so expensive is because we just think a pill's going to cure everything, and really what's going to cure everything is eating the proper foods at the right time and doing it your whole life and incorporating it into your daily habits. 150 minutes of moderate activity per week is what's recommended, which is just working for 5 days out of 7. You can take 2 days off, and it's 30 minutes a day. And you don't have to do all 30 minutes at one time. You can do them in increments if that works for you. I walk every day. It takes me about 45 minutes. I don't walk on the weekends. I just need 2 days to just rest my body. That's not to say that I might occasionally get up and go for a walk, but I just know that Monday through Friday I'm going to go for a walk as part of my daily routine. I just know that I fit that in, and I thoroughly enjoy it. So I found an activity that I like. I'm not a runner. I've always my whole life wanted to be a runner, but I have 2 knee replacements, and so there's no way I can ever run now. But that doesn't stop me from walking. And I do walk a little bit faster than I used to walk. Let's face it, it took me almost a half an hour or 25 minutes to walk a half a mile. Now I walk 2.25 miles in about 43, 44 minutes. So I think I'm doing pretty good that way. And 19% of adults are just sedentary. They just sit around. They don't do anything. It's just, you can't get them to do anything. And those are the people that are going to have major health issues. I have my brother-in-law just never went anywhere. He sat in the chair and watched TV all day, and he's not that much older. I think he's 72, but to look at him, you'd think he's 80 because he never moved, and now his body is just kind of conforming into the lifestyle that he lived, and so it's very difficult for him to do anything. Sitting more than 6 hours a day is what most people are doing, and if you really think about it, as active as I am, and I got to thinking on this one too, because I get up first thing in the morning and I go for my walk right away. I come home, I'm working around the house, outside, I'm swimming in my pool. I'm pretty active, but I meet this statistic because like at 8 o'clock at night, I sit down and start watching TV, and I don't go to bed till 2. So I meet the normal of 6 hours sitting around doing nothing. I have to try to break that habit. I need to get a treadmill. At least I can walk while I'm watching TV or something. My birthday's coming up. Maybe I'll ask for a treadmill for my birthday. That might be a good thing because I have a TV down the basement. I can just put it down there and watch TV. See, I just thought of something for my birthday just now. And you always have to remember something is better than nothing. Even if you can't get out for 30 minutes, just do 10 minutes, and then maybe in the afternoon do another 10 minutes, and then maybe after dinner do another 10 minutes. But at least you're getting out and moving for 30 minutes for the day. The reason you need to do this is because there's so many bad things that can happen to you if you don't exercise or get moving. It affects your brain, it affects your mood, your concentration. How many of us, if we're just sitting around like a lump, we just feel like aggravated. We have a hard time concentrating, and it's because your brain's not stimulated, the blood's not pumping all through your body, and that includes your brain. The muscles need it because you need it to help your digestive system, builds up your metabolism. It just goes to stand to reason that diet alone is not going to help you lose weight. You have to have diet and exercise, and your skeleton needs it for your muscles and your bones. If you don't exercise, they're just going to kind of like sag in, and you're just going to it's going to be bad. And in children, if they don't get enough exercise, they don't sleep well. They have poor, they do poorly at school. They're setting themselves for future illnesses. I do worry about this future generation because when I was growing up, we didn't have all these preservatives in our foods like they do now. And I really think that with the love, this is me, I'm going to get a dislike on this, but this is my own theory, is I think that there's so much autism and things like that because we have so many chemicals in our foods, and we're not eating as much whole foods as we did when I was growing up. Not to say that I ate processed foods. I did eat processed foods, but we ate more fruits and vegetables and, like and grains and stuff like that. We ate more of that than people do nowadays. If we went out to eat, it was a treat. It wasn't like a fast food thing where you just go there because it was convenient. We had homemade meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And it's just unfortunately, in a lot of cases, not all cases, but in a lot of cases, that's just a thing of the past. And we sat at the dinner table every night, and we talked about our day. My own children don't sit at a dinner table. They make their food with their families, and then they go off in their own little areas and eat it. And my kids grew up sitting at a dinner table and a breakfast table. So, I mean, the lunch might have been hit or miss, but breakfast and dinner, we always sat together. And that's lost. It's a lost art, I guess. Like writing letters is a lost art. But you have to remember that busy should be your new normal. The busier you are, the less likely you are to eat. That's true, too. And the benefits of being active is it distracts you from snacking because you're too busy to think, well, I'm hungry. Increases your energy. Definitely, I've noticed a difference in my energy since I've started walking. And it really increases your motivation. I really do look forward to getting up and getting that exercise in. I do feel kind of lost when I'm not walking. I really do. And you always have to remember you have to stay active and with your social activity too and your cognitive things. You just don't think of just your body. You got to think of your mind, your body, and your soul, which I have a collab with Carrie of Weight Watchers with Carrie coming out in 2 weeks from today about mind, body, and soul. And you do need to strengthen all three of those things if you want to succeed in life. Also, exercise supports your brain health. Obviously, it keeps your body moving. As you're walking, your brain has to think right, left, right, left, right, left with your feet. They have to take in the sights, absorb. Oh, that's a cow. That's a cow. I don't live on a farm. That's a tree. That's a flower. That's a dog. That's a cat. I mean, your brain is working with that. And if you're not feeling really good, if you just go, it'll combat your negative emotions. Sometimes you can just be so mad at somebody and you're just ready to say something. Go for a walk, because you can yell it out in your brain, say what you want, think of what you want to say, construct it in your mind, and then come back and do a constructive argument, not something spur of the moment where you might say something that you might regret. And think of things that you can do that are other than physical. You know, like I said, play board games, play Scrabble, word puzzles, put a jigsaw puzzle together, do something. Keep your mind active, and spend quality time with your family and friends. A lot of people don't want to get involved in anything because they're overweight, and they go, well, you know, I would go, but I'm overweight and I can't do much. And you know, you can go and you can talk to people, you can still have a good time socially and not make yourself such a recluse. Don't say, well, I can't wait till I lose 20 pounds because then I can get out there and enjoy playing softball or something with them. Be the designated pitcher, you know, be the umpire, be the right fielder. Nobody ever hits to right field. Just do something. And even if you can't run, just hit the ball and have a runner for you. If it's just a family game, it's like rules are made to be adjusted. But don't ever think that your weight's going to keep you from having a good time. People know how heavy you are. They don't know how much you weigh, but they know how heavy you are, and they still accept you the way you are. You shouldn't be around people that are going to judge you by how much you weigh. You should be around people that are going to judge you by who you are. And I always look past that. I always look to see who the real person is, because I don't care. I don't care black, white, green, yellow, fat, thin, skinny, tall, short. I don't really care. I want to know you, who you are. And even if you're not sweating, you're still being benefited from being busy. Just get out there. That's all you can do, is just get out there. But what we want to do is find awe in activity. We can do it. I know we can. And I think that if you have any suggestions on what you do to stay active, let me know. And I just love this summer weather. I love being able to do this outside, because soon enough it's going to be cold again. But anyway, in the winter, find activities too. That's why I water aerobic in the winter, because I can't walk because I'm afraid of the snow and the ice. But I still stay active, and that's what we got to do, stay active. So give this video a like, leave a comment. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and share it if you think somebody might like it.